வணக்கம், வெல்கம் டு நேவிகேட்டர் சேனல். நம்ம வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா சர்க்குலர் மோஷனில் வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா சில இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் கொஸ்டின்ஸை வந்து நம்மளுடைய பவன்குமார் சார் டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணுறாரு. ஏற்கனவே பார்ட் 1 பார்த்துருக்கோம், பார்ட் 2ல இருந்து பார்க்கலாமா?
So next case can be, which is based on this question that we are solving. Next case can be like this way. Road is again flat, okay, but friction is not there. Now if we want to take the turn, then centripetal force is required. If friction is not there, then who will provide the centripetal force? So for that, what we will consider, if you have seen the bike racing, in that what happens, the bikers will bend the bike so that one component of normal will provide the required centripetal force. Okay, so see this is the vertical I consider. Then if I am bending the bike or vehicle, then what will happen? Normal will act at some angle theta. This angle is theta, so normal will act in this direction, but the mg will act in downward direction. Means friction is 0. Friction 0 and road is flat. We are discussing for flat road. Okay, we are discussing for flat road. Now see this. This angle is theta. Now if you take the component normal, this component will be n cos theta and this component will be n sin theta. So what will happen? This n sin theta will provide the required centripetal force in this case. Okay, so we can say that this n sin theta should be equals to mv square by r, because in this direction what will be the acceleration? V square by r. I am solving this question without using centripetal force, without using centrifugal force. So I am observing this motion of the particle from ground frame. Okay, so what is the net force acting in this direction? I am using the equation F net is equals to mass into acceleration. Okay, so net force acting in this direction is n sin theta and acceleration is v square by r, so directly we can write down as mv square by r. Okay, next one is n cos theta will be equals to mg. Now if you divide both the equations, you will get tan theta equals to v square by rg. So the previous question was based on this one. So how much, by what angle he should or we can say vehicle should bend? Tan inverse v square by rg. Okay, this is a direct result you can remember. Now two more cases are there. We will discuss them. If means we will check the questions. If any question will come, then we will discuss. Okay, in which banking angle is there? Okay, otherwise I will tell you here itself. See this. Next one is, if banking angle is given, banking angle is theta. Okay, now the vehicle has to take the turn without friction. Means friction is 0. Friction is not there and any vehicle is taking the turn. Then what we can say? In this case, due to this banking angle, normal will act in this direction. Okay, normal will act in this direction. So what we can say? This angle is theta. This angle will be theta. This is 90 minus theta, so this is theta. So this component n cos theta and this component will be how much? N sin theta. So again in this case, what will happen? This n sin theta will provide the required centripetal force. Okay, so we can say that, and in downward direction mg will act. So again we can write down, in this direction acceleration will be equals to v square by r. So we can say that n sin theta will be equals to m v square by r. Okay, and n cos theta will be equals to mg. So we can say that tan theta will be equals to v square by rg. So the maximum velocity with which the vehicle can take turn without friction will be equals to root of rg tan theta. Okay, this is the third case. It is similar to the previous one. In that case, banking angle was not there, but we can say that vehicle was bended so that the one component of normal will provide the centripetal force. In this case also, one component of normal is providing the centripetal force. So this is another result. Okay, now if you consider banking angle is there and friction is also there. Okay, friction is also there, and the velocity, if the velocity is greater than root of rg tan theta, if the velocity is greater than root of rg tan theta, then what we can say? The vehicle will have the tendency to slide in this direction. So the friction will act in this direction. In this direction, friction will act. Now what will happen? One component of normal as well as one component of friction will provide the required centripetal force. Okay, so we can take the turn with some more velocity with the help of friction. Okay, so here directly I am writing down the result. Okay, you can remember the result. Otherwise, see this, you can solve also. This angle is theta, so just now I told you this angle will also be theta. Then this is n cos theta and this one will be n sin theta. Clear? This angle is theta, so this angle will be theta. This is friction, so in this direction component of friction will be cos theta, and in downward direction component will be sin theta. Understood? Like this way we can write down. I hope this point is clear. Now after this, what we can say, again we will write down the equations of Newton's law and we will compare, then you will get the value of V. So directly I will write down the value of V. So V maximum with which the vehicle can take turn is root of Rg tan theta plus mu s divided by 1 minus mu s tan theta. Clear? Rg tan theta plus mu s divided by 1 minus mu s tan theta. I hope this point is clear. Now next case is if velocity is less than this. Velocity is less than root of Rg tan theta. If velocity is less than root of Rg tan theta, then what will happen? The vehicle will have the tendency to slide in this direction. Okay? Then the friction force will act in this direction. In this direction friction force will act. Again the normal will act in this direction. Clear? Again we will take the component and again we will write on the equation. Then the result that you will get is V maximum will be equals to, V maximum means minimum actually here, because velocity, if the velocity is less than this, then with what minimum velocity we can take the turn. Okay? Then V minimum will be equals to root of again Rg. Now here you just change the sign. Here what I have written, tan theta plus mu s, so it will become tan theta minus mu s divided by 1 plus mu s tan theta. 1 plus mu s tan theta. Okay, so these are the different results in the case of banking of road, or you can say taking the turn. So these are the result. I hope you understood this. So V maximum is under root of Rg tan theta plus mu s divided by 1 minus mu s tan theta. Clear? And in this case just change the sign. In numerator you will get negative, in denominator you will get positive. Now we will move on to the next question. Now next question is, a body is executing circular motion in vertical circle of radius r if the speed at the lowest point is root of 5 gr, the speed at the highest point will be. This type of situation is given. A particle is moving in a vertical circular motion. So at the lowest point the velocity is given as root of 5 gr, where r is the radius. Okay, now they are asking the velocity at topmost point. Here velocity they are asking. Now what we can say, if the particle is moving in a vertical circle, only gravitational force is acting, and gravitational force is conservative in nature, so we can use energy conservation from this point A to B. Mechanical energy conservation, we can use mechanical energy conservation from the point A to B. So I can write on U initial plus K initial will be equals to U final plus K final. So what is, so here U means gravitational potential energy. So to write down gravitational potential energy, first of all we will define the reference of zero potential. Okay, so it is 0. So what is U initial? U initial is 0. Initial kinetic energy is half m v square. So what is v here? Root of 5 gr. So v square will be 5 gr. U final. Now what is the total height? R plus r, 2r. So it will become m into g into 2r. Clear? Plus final kinetic energy is half m v square. So v we have to calculate. Okay, so m will cancel out, m will cancel out, j will m will cancel out, so it will become 2.5 minus 2, so it will become 0.5 gr equals to v square by 2. So what we can say, this 2 will multiply here, so it will become v equals to root of gr. This result you can remember also, means for a particle to complete a vertical circle, this is the condition required. Okay, this is the condition required for a particle to complete a vertical circle. Minimum velocity required at the bottommost point is root of 5 gr when this is a string, or you can consider a hollow sphere like this. These type of questions they can ask. Minimum velocity required here so that it can complete a circle. For this case also the answer is root of 5 gr. If this is a string, then also the answer is root of 5 gr. Clear? So this result you can remember, if the minimum velocity at the bottommost point is root of 5 gr, then at topmost point the velocity will be root of gr. Okay. Now next one is question number 7. Now question number 7, a frictionless track A, B, C, D, E ends in a circular loop of radius r. A body slides down a track from the highest point A, which is at the height of 5 centimeter. The maximum value of r for the body to successfully complete the loop. Okay, so see, this one thing is clear. If the body has to complete a full circle, just now I told you here the velocity of the particle, minimum velocity required is root of 5 gr. Minimum velocity required is how much? Root of 5 gr. Then we can say that, and here when the particle is sliding down, friction is not there, so only gravitational force is acting. So again we can use energy conservation from point A to B. So we can write down as U initial plus K initial will be equals to U final plus K final. So U initial is, at ground I will consider potential energy to be 0, so it is mgh m into g into h, plus kinetic energy is 0, U final will be 0, and kinetic energy final is half m into v square. V is how much? 5 gr. Okay, so from this mg and mg will cancel out, so we can say that r will be equals to 2 h by 5. So already h is given as 5, so 5 and h will cancel out, so r will be equals to how much? 2 centimeter, because h was given in centimeter. So for this question, the option number, we can say that option number D will match. Okay. Now question number 8. In question number 8, a simple pendulum of mass 0.5 kg during its swing in vertical plane is observed to have angular velocity of 2 radian per second in the position shown. The instantaneous tension, so they are asking the instantaneous tension in the string. Okay, now see this. This type of situation is given to us. At this instant the angular velocity is 2 radian per second. Now tension they are asking, so tension will act along the string, mg will act in downward direction. Now remember one thing, whenever we are solving questions related to circular motion, always take the component of forces along tangential and radial direction. Radial direction means towards the center, tangential means perpendicular to the radial direction. Okay, so in this direction it is mg, this angle is given as 60, I think this angle is given as 60, so this is mg, so this component will be mg cos theta, and this component will be how much? Mg sin theta, and it will have the centripetal acceleration in this direction, that is equals to omega square into r. So we can say that they are asking tension, so I will use the equation in radial direction. So F net is equals to mass into acceleration. So what is the net force acting towards center? T minus mg cos theta mass omega acceleration. What is the centripetal acceleration? Omega square into r. So the value of tension will be equals to mg cos theta plus m omega square into r. Now put the values here. So mg is, what is the value of m? M is given as how much? 0.5. So mg will become 5. Cos theta is 60. So cos 60 is 1 by 2 plus 0.5. Omega square will become 4 into r is, what is the value of r they have given? R means length of the string, 1 meter. So r will become how much? 1. So it will become 2.5 plus 2. So the answer is 4.5 Newton. So whenever we are solving the questions from circular motion, always take the component of forces along tangential and radial direction. Clear? Now question number 9. So question number 9 is based on conical pendulum. Question number 9 is based on conical pendulum. What they are saying, a string of length L is fixed at one end and carries the mass m. At the other end, the string makes 2 pi revolutions. So the frequency is given as 2 by pi revolutions per second. Okay. Around the vertical axis through the fixed end as shown in the figure, the tension in the string they are asking. Okay, they are asking the tension in the string. So see this. So this is the case of conical pendulum. So if you consider the particle is here, see this thing. In this direction tension will act, mg will act in downward direction. This angle is theta. If you take the component of tension, this angle is theta, this is t cos theta, and this component will be how much? T sin theta. Now one thing is clear, it is a horizontal circle, so t cos theta will be equals to mg. T cos theta will balance mg. So t cos theta is equals to mg. Now see this, it is moving in a circle, so it is moving in this horizontal circle. So if the length is L, this radius we can write down as, radius will be given by, this is L, This is L cos theta, so this is L sin theta. So what is the radius? L sin theta. Clear? So this T sin theta is providing the required centripetal acceleration to the particle so that it can move in a circular path. Okay, so we can say that T sin theta will be equals to m omega square into r. R means radius of the circle in which particle is moving. So here r is how much? L sin theta. So it is L sin theta. Clear? So sin theta will cancel out. So tension we can write down as m omega square into L. Now omega is, what is omega? See what they have given? 2 by pi revolutions per second. It means 2 by pi in one revolution. What is the angle? 2 pi per second. So radians per second. So whenever frequency is given, just multiply that by 2 pi to get the angular velocity. Okay, and just check the time. It is given in per second or per minute. If it is given in per minute, then we have to divide by 60 also. Okay, so if you solve this, how much you will get? Omega you will get as 4 radians per second. Omega you will get 4 radian per second. So tension will be equals to m. M is m. This is 4 square into L. So tension will be equals to 16 ml. So if you check the options, the option number D will match in this case. Okay, now we will move on to the last question, that is question number 10. The small body of mass m slides without friction from a top of the hemisphere of radius r. At what angle from the vertical the body will detach from the sphere? Okay, this question is given. You consider this is a hemisphere of radius r, a body sliding down from the top of the hemisphere like this. Okay, so we will consider at some angle theta from the vertical it will detach. Detach means normal will become 0. If normal will become 0, we can say that it will leave the contact from the surface. Okay, at this instant, what are the forces acting on the body? Mg will act in downward direction, normal will act in this direction, and see this thing, for this particle the path is circular, then we can say that centripetal force is required. Which force is required? Centripetal force is required. So which force will provide the centripetal force? This angle is theta, this angle will be theta. So component of mg, that is mg cos theta, will provide the required centripetal force, and in this direction mg sin theta will act in tangential direction. Okay, now we can say that it is moving in a circle of radius r. Then what equation we can write down? What is the net force acting towards center? Mg cos theta minus n will be equals to m v square by r. Okay, so for leaving the contact, normal should become 0. So we can say that cos theta will be equals to m and m will cancel out. So v square by rg. So actually our aim is to calculate v. So how we can calculate v? This total length is r. So this one will be r cos theta. So this height will be how much? R minus r cos theta. So you can use the energy conservation from this point A to B and you can calculate velocity. Okay, after calculating the velocity, if you replace here, the answer you will get is cos theta will be equals to 2 by 3, or theta we can write down as cos inverse 2 by 3. Clear? So for this question, the option number A will match. I hope you understood all the questions. Okay, thank you very much.